Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our City Council meeting. Today is Monday, May 1st, 2023. It's approximately 1 p.m. Before we have our Pledge of Allegiance, I'm going to ask if you please rise for, as we reflect back on the brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces as they protect our interests around the globe, as well as the courageous men and women of the Las Cruces Police Department and the Las Cruces Fire Department as they keep our city safe 24/7, 65, and also for additional moment of silence for former Governor Jerry Apodaca, who passed away over the weekend. He served New Mexico 1974 to 1978. Councillor Coran, if you join me in the pledge, please.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, and we have Amy DeFelix, who's on Zoom, who's going to introduce our Pets of the Week. Amy?
Yes, hello, I'm here. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Alrighty. And hello everyone, my name is Amy DeFelix. I'm one of the Adoption Rescue Coordinators for the Animal Services Center of the Mesilla Valley, and I'm here to talk about our Pets of the Week. We are going to start off with our Cat of the Week. Her name is Evie. Her number is 61175, and she says, "I may be a tortoiseshell kitty, but there is no tortitude here. I am an incredibly sweet and loving girl who just wants to spend my time getting pet and loved on by humans. If you want a kitty who will love you until the end of time, I'm the perfect match for you." And then we also have our Dog of the Week. His name is Peanut. His number is 53934, and he says, "I'm good looking and I have a great personality, so I'm the total package. I love going on walks with people because I love to smell around and check everything out. I'm super affectionate as well. Who wouldn't want to give these adorable floppy ears a good scritch?" And then we also have, since May is a new month, I'm going to present on a new topic, one that is pretty relevant to us in our area, as well as kind of just nationwide, and that is kitten season. So what is kitten season? It is the time of the year that female cats go into heat more frequently. They are seasonal breeders. They have a seasonal heat, so it's normally the warmer months, which for here is kind of between like March and October. This just means that all female unaltered strays, the female ferals, and indoor-outdoor cats that are not fixed are much more likely to get pregnant and get pregnant much more frequently. It is sometimes possible for a single female cat to possibly have multiple litters in one single kitten season. This is because cat gestation is only 65 days, so it's just a little over 2 months. And cats can get pregnant again as soon as 2 weeks after they give birth. So that can be a lot. A lot of kittens from just one cat in a single span of like a 4 to 6 months. It's too many kittens. Definitely animal shelters and also animal rescues, just not even here necessarily, just Las Cruces, Doñana County, but everywhere, all over the country. We get inundated with loads and loads of kittens, pregnant cats, moms with her kittens, and also the orphan kittens, or at least kittens that don't come in with mom. Sometimes they have mom, but that is something we can address in a later week. And I would just like to share that I pulled the stats for last month, so all of April 2023, we here received a total of 8 nursing moms and then a total of 55 kittens. Some of those with them 8 moms, and most of them came in by themselves, no mom, so we had to have a lot of feeding for people to step up and foster, because a lot of these ones are bottle babies. They still need a mom, but they didn't come in with one, which makes it kind of an issue for us, and it's very stressful. So if you would like to help kind of alleviate the orphan kitten problem that we and a lot of rescues nearby locally as well kind of struggle with, we suggest you guys just offer to foster. We have a foster program here you can sign up for. So do the other local rescues in the area. All of us, have an urgent need for bottle baby fosters. So that's the neonatals that still need milk, can only eat milk, they don't have teeth yet, they can't eat like hard food, so they need to be bottle fed. They need to be bottle fed consistently, pretty often throughout the day. So if that's something that you would like to help out with and you're interested, but you've never done it before, you're not sure how to start, and you might even be like a little intimidated about it, don't worry. We have people here, like our medical staff, trained medical staff, that can help teach you, train you, and kind of set you up for success. Because once you get the hang of it, it's just kind of like feeding like a human baby, waking up frequently to bottle feed them and making sure they're clean and stuff. It's not too hard, but it does need some getting used to. So if you are interested, definitely encourage you to reach out to us and sign up to foster. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Amy. Appreciate that. Okay, next is going to be our Jobs of the Week. Irene Pata from our Economic Development Department is going to share those jobs with us.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. Irene Potter with Economic Development. If they can allow me to open up my slides. Looks like they're doing that. Thank you. Okay, we begin with the City of Las Cruces, who is hiring for a senior meter mechanic. This position pays $20.28 an hour and is open until filled. White Sands Missile Range is hiring for a CYS assistant director. This position pays $39,000 a year and closes on May 16th. Baca Construction is hiring 3 construction labor positions. These positions pay between $26,000 and $37,000 a year, depending on experience, and close on May 21st. Consumer Direct Care Network is hiring for a bilingual service coordinator. This position pays $20 an hour and closes on May 21st. 4FMI is hiring for an HVAC. This position pays between $25,000 and $41,000 a year, depending on experience, and closes on May 20th. And Admiral Beverage is hiring for a seasonal repack. This position pays $16 an hour and closes on July 14th. And for additional information, you can contact the local Workforce Connection office at 575-524-6250 or at their local office at 226 South Alameda Boulevard or online at employnm.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Irene. We appreciate that. Looks like I'm first up here. So I have a presentation or a proclamation I'd like to present to a couple of city staff that really, I believe, went above and beyond what was really how we do things. And so I'm just kind of read you an email that I received from Mayor Pro Tem of Columbus, New Mexico. So how many of you here, show of hands, know where Columbus, New Mexico is? Okay, good. Quite a few. There's a little bit more than I thought. So, okay, so anyway, so I get this email from Mayor Pro Tem Bill Johnson, who asked, they have a gentleman that lives there and needed some help. He volunteers a lot in the city, in Columbus. He was currently in Casa de Oro, which is a facility here in Las Cruces, and had some issues, and bottom line is he needed help to get to a different place that they couldn't take care of him there in Columbus. So of course, you know, a professional courtesy, I sent to the Mayor Pro Tem Johnson that, okay, well, I'll send it, you know, thinking, I didn't think we might be able to help because, you know, he lives in Columbus, right? So lo and behold, Sonia Saldano, who works with Carol Bray, did some checking. Turns out there's another facility that, because he was here in Las Cruces, they, you know, made sure that they could possibly help him. And basically, bottom line is they got him transferred to another sister facility there in Bayard. So I just wanted to tell Sonia and Carol how much I appreciate that. And that was really, and they're ecstatic, of course. And so he's receiving the care he needs, and you all should be commended. So that's why I wanted to give you. If I could invite Sonia and Carol up front here to my right, please. So these ladies both worked hard to get this, and so I'm going to give you what they call the Mayor's Citation for Public Service, presented to Carol Bray in recognition of your commitment and dedication to helping make Las Cruces a better community, dated this first day of May 2023, and signed by myself. And don't leave yet. I'll let you all say a couple words and picture. Also, Mayor's Citation for Public Service to Sonia Saldana, in recognition of your commitment and dedication to helping make Las Cruces a better community, dated this first day of May 2023, signed by myself. Thank you. You work for the city, I guess, huh?
Thank you. Mayor, thank you, and City Council, thank you so much for this honor, unexpected honor, and I will just say that in the Quality of Life Department, we just believe in doing our jobs for the city residents and guests, people that come through here and need our assistance, and I'm very glad that I was able to turn this issue over to Sonia Saldana, and she took care of it and solved it for us, as she often does. So thank you again.
I just want to echo what Carol said. You know, when it comes to our seniors, we do whatever we can to help. So, you know, I almost feel guilty receiving this because I feel like we're just doing our job. And that's basically what we do. Thank you.
Well, thank you again. I know you could have easily just responded, well, you know, they live in another city, but you went that extra mile to find out that he technically was here for a little bit, and they had that sister facility, so you made a lot of people happy, and you helped a person in need. So I'm going to turn it over to Councillor Coran, who has about 1,000 proclamations she's going to be reading. Councillor.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First up, I'd like to invite folks for the Day of Prayer, in particular Taylene Jacko and anyone else who wanted to come up and join her while we read this proclamation. Thank you.
Councillor, while they're making their way, I just want to recognize Judge Perea in the back. Judge, thanks for joining us. And Senator Hamlin, I saw, oh, there she is in the back. Thank you for joining us.
Whereas an observance of the National Day of Prayer will be held on Thursday, May 4th, 2023, with the theme, Pray Fervently in the Righteousness and Avail Much. And whereas the National Day of Prayer was declared by the First Continental Congress in 1775 and in 1952, the United States Congress approved a joint resolution. And whereas the United States Congress, by Public Law 103-307, directs the President of the United States to set aside and proclaim the first Thursday of May annually as a National Day of Prayer. And whereas leaders and citizens of our nation are afforded the privilege of prayer and the principles upon which our nation was founded, and whereas we unite with fellow citizens to exercise the freedom we have to gather in prayer while seeking guidance, provision, and purpose for the benefit of every individual in our state as a whole. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim May 4th, 2023 as National Day of Prayer.
I just want to thank the city for allowing this proclamation to pass, because it definitely means a lot to us to be able to stand on the same ground that our forefathers started with. So thank you.
Next up, I'd invite David Lopez, please. Come on down. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Good to see you. for Economic Development Week. Whereas the International Economic Development Council is the largest professional economic development organization dedicated to serving economic developers, and whereas the International Economic Development Council provides leadership and excellence in economic development for communities, members, and partners through conferences, training services, advisory services, and research, in-depth publications, public policy advocacy, and initiatives such as the Accredited Economic Development Organizational Program and the Certified Economic Developer designation. And whereas economic developers within the city of Las Cruces, MVEDA, that's how you say it, right? It's a tough one, and partners throughout Las Cruces, MVEDA, throughout Las Cruces promote economic well-being and quality of life for our communities by creating, retaining, and expanding jobs that facilitate growth, enhance wealth, and provide a stable tax base. And whereas economic developers in Las Cruces stimulate and incubate entrepreneurism in order to help establish the next generation of new businesses, which is the hallmark of the American economy. And whereas economic developers in Las Cruces are engaged in a wide variety of settings, including rural and urban, local and state and federal governments, public-private partnerships, chambers of commerce, universities, and a variety of other institutions. And whereas economic developers in the United States in Las Cruces attract and retain high-quality jobs, develop vibrant communities, and improve the quality of life in our region. And whereas economic developers in Las Cruces work in the city of Las Cruces within the state of New Mexico. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim the week of May 8th, so next week, through May 12th as Economic Development Week in the city of Las Cruces, and remind individuals the importance of this community celebration that supports the expansion of career opportunities and improving our quality of life. Presented on this day. It is.
Mayor, councilors, I guess first let me just thank you for having MVEDA be part of this proclamation today. Economic development is very important, but it's not just about MVEDA. There's, for everyone to know, there's a lot of teamwork and collaboration that's involved to create economic prosperity and growth in the region. You know, we have to include the state of New Mexico, Doña Ana County, of course the city of Las Cruces, and all the staff and private sector out there that makes this happen. I want to say last 2 years, especially in working in collaboration with the city of Las Cruces, I've seen a growing concerted effort and dedication and commitment to economic development that I've seen in quite a long time, and that is so refreshing to see. And the results are evident. Over the past 2 years, we've had announcements of over 1,100 new economic-based jobs and over $40 million in new capital investment coming into the Las Cruces area and committed to the area. So that does not happen without that collaborative teamwork. So I want to especially thank, in addition to my board and the private sector partners that support us, I want to thank the city manager, Ifo Pili, for his leadership in all of this. I'd also like to thank Elizabeth Teeters, the Director of Economic Development, and her staff here at the City of Las Cruces for their collaborative efforts. And then most of all, I want to really thank the Mayor and City Council for their visionary leadership and their commitment to economic development. So thank you very much.
Next up, I'd invite Annabelle Alvarez. Please join me, and anyone else if you are. Okay. For Medical Laboratory Professionals Week, so I'll read it and then you'll have to. Okay, great. Thank you for being here. Whereas the medical laboratory is a critical member of the healthcare infrastructure supporting the health of all New Mexicans. And whereas laboratory professionals give the gift of health through their commitment to producing high-quality, accurate, and timely test results that contribute to the diagnosis and treatment of many diseases and conditions. And whereas we celebrate laboratory professionals who protect our future by skillfully adapting to today's evolving patient care and public health challenges with resilience, innovation, and expertise. And whereas the laboratory workforce remains resilient in the face of continually emerging public health threats, responding with the poise and demonstrating versatility. Whereas April 23rd through 29th is recognized nationally as Medical Laboratories Professional Week, so last week, an annual celebration of medical laboratory professionals and pathologists who play a vital role in healthcare and patient advocacy. Therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of the City of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim April 23rd through 29th, 2023 as Medical Laboratory Professionals Week, and urge the citizens of Las Cruces, New Mexico to join us in recognizing the critical role these workers play in our community.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to be here on behalf of TriCorps to receive this proclamation from Mayor Miyagishima and the Council, declaring Medical Laboratory Professionals Week in Las Cruces. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for recognizing the important work that we do. As medical laboratory professionals, we play a vital role in healthcare. We are behind-the-scenes heroes who perform diagnostic tests, analyze samples, and provide accurate results to doctors and other healthcare professionals that rely on to make crucial decisions about patient care. TriCorps is proud to be New Mexico's largest medical laboratory with over 70 locations across the state. We perform over 12 million tests per year, which means that we touch the lives of millions of New Mexicans every day. Our new state-of-the-art clinical laboratory opened in Las Cruces last year. This means that for Las Cruces, we can provide faster results because most tests are conducted right here. During the pandemic, our work became even more essential. We have worked tirelessly to test and track COVID-19 cases, provide vital information to public health officials, and help keep our communities safe. But our work extends beyond COVID-19. Every day, we help diagnose and monitor a wide range of illnesses, from cancer to diabetes to infectious diseases. We are constantly innovating and adapting to new technologies and methods to improve patient care. So to my colleagues at TriCorps and to medical laboratory professionals everywhere, I say thank you. Thank you for your dedication, your hard work, and your unwavering commitment to improving patient care. And thank you to the Mayor and the Council of Las Cruces for recognizing our important contribution. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite up some of our Chamber of Commerce colleagues. I believe representatives of the Green Chamber, the Greater Chamber, and the Hispanic Chamber are here. So please come on up for National Small Business Week. This one is for you guys. Okay. National Small Business Week. Whereas, for more than 50 years, the President of the United States has issued a proclamation announcing National Small Business Week, which recognizes the critical contributions of America's entrepreneurs and small business owners. And whereas more than half of Americans either own or work for a small business, and they create about 2 out of every 3 new jobs in the U.S. each year. And whereas, as part of the National Small Business Week, the U.S. Small Business Administration takes the opportunity to highlight the impact of outstanding entrepreneurs, small business owners, and others from all 50 states and U.S. territories. And whereas, every day, they're working to grow small businesses, create 21st century jobs, drive innovation, and increase America's global competitiveness. And whereas, the National Small Business Week is a time to honor and celebrate America's entrepreneurs and innovative startups. And whereas National Small Business Week celebrates resilience, innovation, and economic power in America's small businesses and innovative startups. And whereas this week's long virtual summit will acknowledge small businesses from across the country for their resilience, ingenuity, creativity, as well as recognize SBA partners for their involvement in the entrepreneurial development, disaster recovery, government contracting, financial development, and overall support for small businesses and entrepreneurship. And whereas the Greater Las Cruces, the Las Cruces Green and Las Cruces Hispano chambers fully support small businesses throughout our community and strive to provide them with tools for success and sustainability. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim the week of April 30th through May 6th as National Small Business Week.
Thank you, Councilor Curran, and thank you, Council and Mayor in the City of Las Cruces for this recognition. I have the honor of wearing multiple hats, and today I bring my hat from the CEO of and President of Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce. And we talk about the importance of locally owned businesses. We have Desert Micro in the audience here. A lot of small business owners, every single one of you is impacted by a small business in this community. They either employ our friends or our neighbors, or are our neighbors, or our family members. And we always encourage people to think local first. And whenever you're buying anything, we ask you to think about a local business first. And if that local business can't provide it, ask them to order it. And if they can't order it, then you can go to a big box store. But supporting our locally owned businesses is vital because they employ our family members, our neighbors, and our friends. They keep money in our community. Think about that. We have some chain stores that are coming into the community who are building new buildings. They put a lot more strain on the infrastructure because their buildings have to be their trademark. Whereas so many of our small businesses are already using existing buildings. They're putting less stress on the infrastructure in the city. But they also keep money in our community, and they give back to local charities 350% more than do national chains. And the reason is because we know them, and they care about this community, and they want to make sure that this community thrives. And so I always encourage everybody to think local first. And on that note, I'd like to recognize one of our small businesses who have been recognized by the Small Business Administration, who will be recognized this week. It's Nancy Bates of Gym Magic. She is the 2023 New Mexico Women-Owned Small Business of the Year. And so let's give her a round of applause. She opened one of her businesses during the pandemic, and she has thrived, and she is a better business and an example in this community. So I encourage you all to please think local first whenever you do your shopping, and thank you.
Thank you, Senator President. What your title today? You know, when Carrie was elected senator, some people asked me how that would be from a chamber standpoint, and I said, it's good news, because she carries that message of small business. Debbie Moore, President and CEO of the Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Mayor, today is my 7th anniversary as President of the Chamber. And if you know me at all, you know one of my loves is entrepreneurship and small business. So this was so apropos that it ended up on my 7th anniversary here in Las Cruces. You know, as I thought about the 7 years that I've been here, Lord knows we did not expect the COVID. We did not expect that time of our lives. But I wasn't surprised by the tenacity and the drive of our small businesses in this area. First thing I saw in Las Cruces was that they loved our community, they gave back to our community, and they played such a critical role in our community. So it's been my pleasure for the past 7 years to lead the Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce. I'm proud of our small businesses, and I just want to give a shout out to our Kids Can program, which honors our little guys. We have kids that are 6 years old that are entrepreneurs all the way up to 17. April Christensen, they had a big event on Saturday. So we're training our own entrepreneurs, and that's what makes Las Cruces strong. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I share duly in the excitement, and I'll keep it short. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council, for this wonderful proclamation. We accept it on behalf of Curtis Roseman, the Executive Director of the Hispanic Chamber, and Belia Alvarez, our chairwoman for the Chamber Board. So I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to say Viva Las Cruces, and when I say Viva Las Cruces, everybody says Viva, and that's how wonderful it is to be here with everybody today. So Viva Las Cruces. Viva. Gracias. Thank you.
Next up, I will invite Alice Caruth. Please come on up, and anyone else, if you'd like to. Here. Okay, excellent. Good to see you. This is for National Travel and Tourism Week, so thank you for being here today, Alice. Whereas travel and hospitality and tourism is an economic powerhouse for every state and destination across the country and has a critical role in the economic prosperity of Las Cruces, state of New Mexico, and the United States. And I just saw that we were ranked in the top 7 medium cities to visit or something, so it's particularly relevant today. Whereas travel spending supports a vibrant and safe community in Las Cruces by generating over $60 million in local lodging revenue in 2022 and resulting in over $8 million in state and local lodgers tax revenue from the lodging industry to support essential services such as education, emergency response, public safety, and more. And whereas travel enables success for all industries, including agriculture, film, art, healthcare, defense, education, and more, by driving sales growth, innovation, and creative operations that move our economy, our nation, and Las Cruces forward. And whereas the travel and tourism industry's success will grow Las Cruces economy and the workforce, since prior to the pandemic, small businesses accounted for 60% of the national leisure and hospitality employment. And whereas travel and tourism is an essential industry, and the city of Las Cruces boasts a diverse tourism industry through vibrant art, culture, cuisine, space history, agriculture, outdoor recreation, and much more. And we must continue to communicate that growing this industry leads to a strong economy and fosters community prosperity. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim the week of May 7th through May 13th, 2023 as National Travel and Tourism Week, and urge the citizens of Las Cruces, New Mexico to join us in recognizing the critical role this industry plays in our city.
Thank you, Mayor and City Councillors, for recognising this today. As you can tell, I'm not a native New Mexican. I've been here, though, for 10 years, and I roast my own green chili, so please don't hold it against me. I sit on the advisory board of Visit Las Cruces, and I have to say they've done an incredible job over the last few years, particularly to continue to build on our economy here and bring people into the state of New Mexico and showcase what a great city we have. Everything from investing in murals so that we can start promoting our city. If you haven't been to see the Con Amor, the new one outside of Visit Las Cruces, I highly recommend it. To events like the Mira Las Cruces event that was held this Saturday over at the Plaza, which had an incredible turnout of people, not just from the city, but people that came and visited us. So thank you very much for the city to be able to recognize this today.
Next up, I'd invite Judy Berryman, please, to come on up, along with the historic preservation folks. And in case you all wonder why these dates are all over the place, we only meet twice a month where we declare proclamations, so all the weeks on either side of them are also up for grabs. So just in case you're wondering about that weird chronological time. Thank you for being here. Whereas from 1973 to 2004, National Preservation Week was annually observed during the month of May in recognition of the country's rich architectural history and cultural heritage. And since 2005, when the National Trust for Historic Preservation expanded the event to encompass all 4 weeks of May. And whereas in December 2019, the City of Las Cruces expanded its municipal code to adopt a historic preservation ordinance to declare as a matter of public policy that the production, preservation, maintenance, care, and use of historic buildings and cultural properties is a public necessity to the general welfare of the people and beneficial to the furtherance of the community's economic prosperity and quality of life. And whereas the city's Historic Preservation Commission exercises its duties to review and consider any potential impacts, whether positive or adverse, upon the alteration and demolition of buildings within our local historic districts. And whereas the residences and commercial buildings within the city's designated historic districts and older, well-established neighborhoods benefit from reinvesting in their maintenance and upkeep to ensure sustainable architectural practices for the betterment of the environment and the city's economic health and vitality, with an objective of designation in the Las Cruces Register of Cultural Properties. And whereas in December 2021, the City of Las Cruces attained certified local government status through the United States Department of the Interior, becoming the 10th CLG in the state of New Mexico, to affirm its commitment to preservation ethic for the betterment of our community while enjoying the benefits of CLG status through grant opportunities, training, and the furtherance of preservation work to improve the quality of life of residents and visitors. And now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2023 as Historic Preservation Month, and to join with communities across the United States of America in celebrating our nation's rich history.
Thank you. As chairperson, we appreciate this proclamation, and thank you very much. I'd like to note that I'd like to thank everyone sitting behind us for all their support and input on this important commission that we're working on. We've heard several people state earlier the importance of tourism, the importance of why Las Cruces is such a unique city. And part of that is because of our historic background. It is a role of the commission to try and identify, protect, and provide programs that will introduce our historical background to the entire public. And this is a very important mission that we are very passionate about, and we encourage everyone from the public to attend our meetings and to focus on the idea that we are nothing without knowing our history. And so again, we thank you for all the support from behind here, and we look forward to all the activities that will be going on next month and for the rest of the year. Thank you. David, do you have something to say?
Thank you so much, city councilors, mayor, Mr. Peely. Really appreciate this award. I think it is very important and sort of apropos that this award is, or this proclamation is coming today, along with economic development and tourism. I would really challenge this city to really start thinking about tourism in the sense of heritage tourism becoming more important in this city. There's a lot to be that people appreciate, that people would come to see this. So I really hope that we can really sort of piggyback on general economic development and participate in more heritage tourism. Thank you very much.
In 1849, the city of Las Cruces was founded by Don Pablo Melendez. And he created a city here, put it on the map on the Camino Real. So tourism, trade, and the inclusion of people from all over the world. It wasn't just people from Mexico that settled Las Cruces. We had Prussians, Germans, French, Italians, Arabs, Jewish, and the Black Americans. Without that past, we would not be sitting here. So we have trade and tourism from back then, and we still have it now. And we need to keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor, if I can interject something. So for the next speakers, if you wouldn't mind, when you speak at the podium, just identify yourself, please. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next proclamation, I'm reading into the record. This is for Jewish American Heritage Month. I don't think there's anyone here to receive this proclamation, so thank you. Whereas Jewish immigrants to America, ever since they first arrived to our shores in the 16th century, have played a central role in the creation, growth, freedom, and prosperity and strength of the United States of America. And whereas the history of the Jewish people and the enduring values of the Jewish faith were vital sources of information for the founding of the United States, the civil rights movement, America's global leadership in the cause of freedom, and Americans' commitment to social justice, and many of our country's most central tenets. Whereas, through core Jewish beliefs such as the creation of man in the image of God, the infinite value of every human life, the need for a weekly Sabbath, and the importance of education in the lives of children, the Jewish community has helped to define America's character and values. And whereas Jewish citizens of Las Cruces play a central role in the importance of our Jewish community, including serving in the armed forces of the United States and the New Mexico National Guard. Whereas the State of Israel is celebrating its 75th anniversary and its modern founding and emergence over the last few decades, and has been a beacon of freedom and prosperity and a world leader in technology, agriculture, water conservation, medicine, and all manner of innovations. And whereas for 42 years, every president of the United States has declared a period of time for celebrating the contributions for the United States for the Jewish community's history, heritage, and culture. And since 2006, the month of May has been presidentially declared to be Jewish American Heritage Month, pursuant to bipartisan resolution in Congress. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2023 to be Jewish American Heritage Month for the City of Las Cruces and call upon all of our citizens to commemorate this occasion by appropriately celebrating the contributions to our country and the City of Las Cruces for the Jewish community's history, heritage, and culture. Signed, Mayor Ken Miyagishima and the City Council. Next up, I would invite the Jimenez Riders Riding Club. If there are, folks are leaving, not coming up on behalf of the Jimenez Riders. Anyone from the Jimenez Riders here? Anyone who rides a motorcycle willing to come up? This is for Motorcycle Heritage Month. Okay. Motorcycle Awareness Month. And I say this, there's no one here to receive this, but as someone who, when I took my motorcycle awareness class, they told me you should make eye contact with every person when you drive up to an intersection to make sure that it's safe for you to proceed through. And I've experienced that typically only 1 in 4 people that I encounter at those intersections actually see the motorcycle rider at that intersection. I think this is particularly relevant. I've experienced that. And so, Motorcycle Awareness Month, whereas New Mexico's extensive road systems provide some of the most magnificent riding in the United States, making Las Cruces an ideal location for motorcycle use, and whereas many registered motorcyclists who undergo extensive training and testing in order to obtain a license call Las Cruces home and enjoy the roadways we have to offer, whereas riders face a higher risk on the road than those operating vehicles. Statistics show that those operating vehicles are at fault in the majority of accidents involving a motorcycle. And whereas it's imperative that motorists always exercise caution and stay alert while traveling on Las Cruces road systems. And whereas the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has declared May as Motorcycle Awareness Month, and it is the desire of this mayor's office to join the NHTSA in raising awareness for the growing number of motorcyclists in Las Cruces roadways in order to help prevent accidents and, most importantly, save lives. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2023 as Motorcycle Awareness Month in Las Cruces and encourage all New Mexicans to renew their commitment to safe driving practices, watch for motorcyclists, and be aware of all those who share the road. Next up, George Pearson, please, and anyone else, for National Bike Month. And I'm so happy to see you. Please. I'm happy you're here too, Ashley. Thank you. Whereas the bicycle is a viable and environmentally and economically sound form of transportation and an excellent form of recreation, and whereas the League of American Bicyclists, the Mesilla Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization, the City of Las Cruces, and Las Cruces Public Schools, local cycling clubs, and independent bicyclists are promoting greater public awareness of bicycle operation and safety education, and whereas the City of Las Cruces in 2021 earned a 4-year renewal bronze level designation. We can do better than bronze. Sorry, I'm making an inner vote. I think we need to. I hear you. I'm going to say silver next year. That's my hope. Designation as a bicycle-friendly community from the League of American Bicyclists, and the city has adopted its active transportation plan and complete streets ordinances. And whereas the City of Las Cruces continues to improve bicycle routes and trails for transportation and recreation, and the city, along with the Mesilla Valley MPO and Las Cruces Public Schools, support the Safe Routes to School program. And whereas bicyclists of all ages throughout Las Cruces, the Mesilla Valley, and the nation will be promoting bicycling as an environmentally friendly alternative to the automobile and a wholesome activity that provides health during the month of May 2023 through group rides, events, and commuting to work and school. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim the month of May as National Bike Month, and the week of May 1st through 5th as Las Cruces Bike to School Week, and the week of May 15th through 20th as Las Cruces Bike to Work Week, and May 19th as Las Cruces Bike to Work Day throughout our proud city, and urge all who support bicycling to participate in the events planned. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm George Pearson. Lots of activities going on for Bike Month. We started out this past weekend with the family bike fiesta at Lynn Middle School. And on May 6th, we're going to have the Cruces bike swap, visibility ride on the morning of May 8th, on a Monday morning. We leave at 7:15 from the Train Museum. As stated, May 15th through 19th is Bike to Work Week, so everybody should take a moment and get bike to work. We've had some reports from employees that say they're much happier when their bosses bike to work than the days that their bosses drive to work. Ride of Silence will be May 17th at the Mesilla Plaza at 6 p.m. And then May 19th is Bike to Work Day. And after Bike to Work Day at 5 o'clock, Cruces is going to sponsor a meet and greet at Little Toad Brewery. On May 27th, we're going to do a Bike to Market. And on June 3rd, an adaptive cycle parade at the Mesilla Community Center. And this next week is Bike to School Week, so I'm going to ask Ashley to talk about safe routes to school and all the activities for Bike to Work, Bike to School.
Thank you, George. Mayor, City Council, and members of the public, my name is Ashley Curry. I'm the Safe Routes to School Coordinator for Las Cruces Public Schools. And we are on, I don't even know, I think we've been doing this for over 10 years for Bike to School. We have most of our schools participating in National Bike to School Day. That means the kids gather together, put on their helmets, have an adult in the front and a caboose adult in the back, and they bike to school. So can you imagine starting your day with having had a bike ride? So we're looking forward to supporting many of our students out on bikes this coming week and in the next coming weeks as well. I just also wanted to say thank you to the city for your support of our family bike fiesta, and in particular to Barbara De Leon. She led a bike ride of the small children through Young Park, so very much appreciate the continued support. Also, the police department was out there clocking kids as fast as they could go. I think we had one who went at 22 miles an hour. Pretty cool. So we just continue to appreciate all that you do for us in our community and for the students who are walking and riding their bikes to school. And again, a big shout out also to George Pearson. I don't think he gets enough recognition for all he does in our community. Thank you.
I think that's it for the proclamations.
Yeah, great job. We got our money's worth out of this. Okay, so now we're going to go to the conflict of interest statement. This is where I'll ask if any member of the city council, city manager, or city manager staff has any known conflict of interest on any item on the agenda.
None by Flores.
None Graham. None Abeda.
None, City Manager.
Okay, I also have an additional disclosure for the conflict of interest for May 1st, 2023. As part of our agreement with HUD, or the Housing and Urban Development, this conflict of interest disclosure is requested regarding the following agencies who are being considered for funding as part of the 2023 action plan on the non-consent agenda. Mesilla Valley Casa, Casa de Peregrinos, La Casa, Mesilla Valley Community of Hope, Jardín de los Niños, Mesilla Valley Habitat for Humanity, Thomas Development Company, La Piñon, and Catholic Charities. Excuse me. Okay, so now we're going to go to public participation. This is where members of the public can speak to City Council for a total of 7 minutes, 3 minutes for just whatever you'd like to say, and 4 minutes for items that are on the agenda. When you come up here to council, we just need you to state your name, and we ask that it not be pertaining to any pending litigation or anything that's on the agenda. We ask that you could wait until that item on the agenda comes, and then you ask your questions. So I usually start on my left, and there's no one on the first row, so I'll start on the second row. Anyone on the second row? Third row? That's you, Fred. No. Fourth row? Fifth row? Sixth row or one? Yeah, okay.
My name is Juan Garcia. I would like to thank LCPD and the city manager for the recent Joint Task Force effort within New Mexico State Police. As budget planning moves closer, please keep in mind a need for a very strong police force to keep us safe. During the last City Council meeting, Councilor Bencomo accurately stated, quote, "We kicked the solution to another neighborhood." And the Director of Community Hope stated via email, quote, "What about the rights of people sleeping outside? What about their safety? Just because a person is unhoused does not make them a risk to anybody." That's basic fear-mongering. Valid points, and I agree. All the comments were in reference to the eradication of individuals who were performing illegal and unsafe acts, endangering a whole neighborhood, Burn Lake. After careful thinking, I want to propose the, quote, "Las Cruces in my backyard" pilot initiative that I am sure the council will support and join with me. The first proposed location is the area directly behind where I currently reside. Yes, behind my house. And I have the package, which I will send to the council. The objectives: provide selected homeless individuals a safe space to camp in certain neighborhoods throughout the county. Give the homeless an opportunity to stabilize. Dispel idea homeless are all criminals. An opportunity for citizens to work with the city council. Also, other elected officials can participate. This would be a 30-day pilot program with opportunity to extend. The initiative criteria: each residence will allow a maximum of 5 campers in tents or sleeping bags if space permits in the front or backyard. A hygiene station will be provided next to each encampment. Campers will obey and comply with all ordinances and laws. No fires, trash, panhandling, etc., bothering the neighbors. Violations will result in immediate removal. Neighborhoods may elect not to allow. Citizens will have no responsibility to the homeless, and I would like 2/3 of the city council to join me and participate. I have a diagram of the proposed location, which I will provide to you. I also have a photo of my residence, behind my residence, that I will share with you, so that if you are willing to join me, you can do so. I know that from time to time, individuals think that when I speak about crime, that I'm anti-homeless. I am not. As I've said before, I could be homeless tomorrow. So let's get together and let's show the community, if you're really sincere about this, about what you're saying, that we can do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. Okay, so that was the 6th row. Anyone else on the 6th row? Okay, 7th row.
City Councilors and Mayor, my name is Sarah Smith. I was very glad to see your agenda item today for referrals to medication-assisted treatment, also known as the MAT program for substance abuse. I know that the MAT program has been successfully used in other states, and I wanted to thank you for moving this forward. And thanks to Fire Chief Jason Smith for bringing this item forward. As you all know, Las Cruces has been struggling with increased drug abuse issues, as well as the crime and homelessness that often come along with drug abuse. As a mother of 2 children, I have become increasingly concerned about the fact that drug use seems to have become normalized in our community. To give you a few recent examples, in the desert near my family's home, we recently found a crack or meth pipe lying on the ground. This is very close to my home, in an area where my children and dogs play. I recently saw several homeless people smoking marijuana on the stage of the downtown plaza in the middle of the afternoon. They looked totally at ease, even though it is illegal to smoke marijuana in public. Last week, our homeschool group was participating in the city's Youth Service Week, so we were cleaning up Apodaca Park. While we were there, in 2 different areas of the park, people were smoking marijuana, such that we were having to direct the kids away from those areas. And last Thursday, my 16-year-old daughter was driving us home from my kids' class. At the traffic light on the corner of Main and Elks, I looked next to me to see the man driving the vehicle next to us smoking crack or meth at the traffic light. He had a tube sticking out of his mouth, was holding some foil with one hand, and had a lighter in his other hand to burn underneath the foil and take a hit. This was in the middle of the afternoon, and obviously, I directed my daughter to let that man pass us since he was driving while doing drugs. These are just a few examples showing how normalized drug usage is becoming in Las Cruces. I appreciate that you are implementing this MAP program to refer people to medication-assisted treatment, and I hope you will continue to find more solutions to the drug crisis that's plaguing our community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else on the 7th row?
Good afternoon, Mayor and councilors. My name is Tammy Pickering, and you may notice my shirt and formulate an opinion of my intention. I want you to know why I'm here. I have seen this city deteriorate in the 6 years we have moved here. We used to play tennis at Lions and had no issues when we first moved here. Occasionally, we would encounter homeless, but really no problems. It is a very nice, but somewhat noisy location. I used to teach tennis lessons there with LCTPA, which is the Las Cruces Tennis Players Association. Over the years, it has become a slightly dangerous place. There were recent incidents in the women's restrooms that made it unsafe for us to enter without a racket, which doesn't make sense to me. So I avoid playing there anymore. Yet, I did not involve myself in city politics, and I try to avoid politics in general. I talked my parents into moving here 3 years ago into the Trails West community because we thought it would be a safe place. After all, it's gated. It seemed nice and peaceful. And then we started hearing reports of little incidents involving property theft, things taken from their homes or from their places or from their cars. And then my dad's cousin, who also moved there, his 2 electric bicycles were stolen and they were locked. And I get really tired of hearing citizens being accused or being the victims actually being told that it's their fault that their stuff was stolen. His was locked. Still, I did not get involved, but it began to feel like something needed to be done. A police representative actually talked to the residents of Trails West and let them know about the problems they were seeing, in addition to the fact that they needed to be more vigilant in community policing themselves and to paying attention, and that there was a shortage of police officers. These are people who are generally 70+ years old. Finally, 2 personal scary incidents later, I felt like enough was enough. And I can no longer sit in silent expectation that the city will fix it. I have listened to your arguments that the problem is legislative, while I have watched at the same time calling on legislators to defend you. CCIA is not anti-women. We are asking for your help in addressing the crime.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Ms. Pickering?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Okay, so that was 7th row. Yeah. If there's more people on the 7th row, please feel free to come to the front and you can.
Good afternoon, Mayor, councilors. My name is Randy Pickering. My wife and I, as she just stated, moved to Las Cruces in 2017. And over the past 2 to 3 years, we've noticed increased criminal activity. We have personally experienced theft as well as our friends and relatives. I'm here because of a recent event in which my wife was almost assaulted. all because she came to the defense of what appeared to be a homeless man getting severely beaten. After police arrived, we discovered that this person had just beaten a man and a woman shortly before he was beating on this person. This demonstrates that he was very capable of assaulting my wife. To my knowledge, the person was apprehended. I have no idea if this person is back on the street or not, nor if so, did he receive the help he needed to safely return to society. I think we can all agree that we want our children, our parents, friends, spouses to feel safe when we go to the grocery store. Due to this event, I started looking at crime rate data. I discovered that New Mexico is the second worst state in the nation for violent crimes. I further noted that Las Cruces saw a 27% increase in violent crime in 2022 versus 2021. I've heard this council state loud and clear there's a necessity for police reform. Our city is already short-staffed on police officers as well as shortage in the sheriff's department. So I'm very concerned that there could possibly be more reductions in the police department. As evidenced by the recent collaboration between LCPD and the New Mexico State Police, more police presence and active policing does make a difference. Our officers are under tremendous stress whenever they answer these calls and go to these situations that I personally want to avoid. I wouldn't run into those situations. So before proceeding with these work sessions on police reform, I would ask, have any of you considered a few days of a ride-along with officers? Have you taken time to view the videos in which the officer was successful in diffusing the situations? I know we all see the videos where things went wrong, but how much effort is given to a greater majority of time where things went right? With all this said, my request simply boils down to asking this council to proceed with as much time and energy focused on reducing crime in our city, county, and state as you do focusing on the low percentage of bad actors among the good men and women that are doing their best to protect its citizens. Thank you.
Thank you. That was 7th row. Anyone else on the 7th row? 8th row? Last row? So no one else on my left, is that right? Is that correct? Okay, so now I'm going to switch to my right. First row looks like staff, so does second row. Anyone in the second row? Third row? Fourth row? Fifth row? Sixth row? I recognize you, Peter. You're going to get me this time. Come on up. You grew a beard in 3 weeks. Took your hat off. Yeah, I got you now. I have an app that I can. No, I'm just kidding.
I also got very old. For the record, my name's Peter Goodman. A couple of quick things to say. The first of which is to Randy. With all due respect, if you look at the figures where they have put in civilian police oversight boards, crime has tended to go down, and where there have been the kind of incidents that make some of us feel that that's necessary, crime has gone up. So what you're looking for, which I think we're all looking for, less crime, is not at all inconsistent with having more and more thoughtful ears and eyes on the law enforcement problem. Also want to commend everybody who's spoken so far. The decibel level or the rancor level has gone down wonderfully in the last few months. And I wanted to mention one thing from this past weekend when I gather there was a wonderful event. The farmers market was closed on Saturday for that, but as I understand it, the setup was all done on Friday night, and the event didn't start till 2 on Saturday, so that the city, the people, I know it's not you guys, but whoever in the administration was doing that project, first of all, could have given better notice to the shopkeepers in the area who didn't know it was happening, whereas the farmer's market had told all its vendors. And secondly, the farmer's market could have gone forward as normal and just quit an hour early. So I'd suggest for next time somebody think about trying to do that. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so that was a 6th row. Anyone else on the 6th row? 7th row? No one on the 7th row, 8th row, last row. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. There's people out here I haven't seen in months, so I'm just curious what you all are here for. So that's good. Okay, so that's that. That ends our public participation. So I have a closed meeting statement to read. City Council, Las Cruces City Council met in closed session at 11:07 a.m. April 17th, 2023. The following members were in attendance. Excuse me. Councilors Flores, Coran, Bencomo, Graham, Abeta, Gandara, and myself, Ken Miyagashima. Staff present was Luis Robles, outside attorney, Jocelyn Garrison, interim city attorney, Ifo Pili, city manager, Barbara De Leon, chief administrative officer, Bonnie DeWitt, she's with Luis Robles, the outside attorney, Sonia Delgado, assistant city manager, Hikani Tamopeo, assistant city manager. The meeting adjourned at 11:54 a.m. For the record, Las Cruces City Council met in closed session, discussed those limited items as stated in the posted notice. Number 1, to discuss pending litigation regarding Melendez versus City of Las Cruces Police Department D307-CV 2020-02571, which is closed pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1H, number 7. And number 2, to discuss pending litigation regarding the City of Las Cruces versus Amerisource Virgin Drug Corporation, ETAL 2:21-CV-00336, civil action number 21-00336, which is closed pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 10-15-1H, number 7. Okay, so next is the acceptance of the agenda, and Councilor Coran asked to remove 7.1.
Please, from the consent agenda.
From consent.
Thank you.
And if there's nothing else, I need a motion, a second, to accept the agenda as presented, with 7.1 being removed for discussion.
So moved by Flores.
Second, Bencomo.
Motion made by Councilor Flores, second by Councilor Bencomo, to accept the agenda as presented with item 7.1 removed for discussion. Christine?
This is on motion to accept the agenda as presented with removal of item 7.1 for discussion. Councilor Abeta is absent. Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Bencomo?
Yes.
Councilor Coran?
Yes.
Councilor Flores?
Yes.
Councilor Gandara is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Okay, 7.1, Resolution 23-116. I need a motion, a second, please.
Move to approve.
Second, Corin.
Motion made by Councilor Bencomo, second by Councilor Coran. Councilor, did you have a question, or would you like a full presentation on this item?
Sorry, Chief. I would like a presentation. Sorry, I should have given you a warning, but we talked about this already, so I know you've got it.
Okay, I think you heard you wanted a full presentation. Okay, good.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of City Council, Fire Chief Jason Smith. Today I'll be presenting the resolution to support city staff in providing education and referral information to our citizens regarding substance abuse treatment and those options within our community. So this resolution had its start with the Health Policy Review Committee on March 1st, 2023. We had a presentation on medication-assisted treatment by Athena Huckabee from Ideal Option. The guidance from there was to create a policy or resolution for city staff on substance abuse outreach, and that's what we're bringing forward to you today. Here are some of our area providers and stakeholders. that are listed. We also have several of them in the audience today that are willing to speak if you have specific questions, as they are the subject matter experts. And if we could, if our guests would just all stand so we could see who they are and acknowledge them for attending. So several groups here that can help us out with that, and I appreciate their support. Real quick, also a way to look at our area providers and where our citizens can go for those resources. Here's a map of the providers that we have within the city, and I hope we captured all of them. I also want to give credit to our case manager from our LIGHT program, Wes Smith, who is in the audience there. Go ahead, Wes. Sorry, I put you on the spot, sir. He helped out, as well as our assistant management analyst in our GIS department, in developing this picture here. So here are all the locations. You can see them with the red plus. There's also a little bus icon next to those, so you can see how far these locations are from our bus routes. All of them are under half a mile. Some of them are very close to the nearest bus stop. So our substance abuse, so we want to really define our opioid use disorder as well as substance abuse disorder, and then alcohol use. We have in the United States, according to the CDC, over 100,000 deaths from April 2020 through April 2021. And just as a note of safety of what to do if you think someone is overdosing on any substance, is to call 911 immediately. If you think it's a narcotic overdose, or they're just not responsive, and you have access to Narcan or naloxone, you can administer that. Keep the person awake and breathing if possible. Lay the person on their side to prevent them from aspirating or choking, and then stay with that person if it's safe to do so until emergency services arrive. Some of our experience on the fire side, responding to substance abuse calls. Here is our experience from 2022, January 1st, all the way to April 19th of this year. We've had responses to alcohol abuse, 292 times, narcotics, 153, withdrawal from alcohol, 62 times, and all other substance abuse calls, 86. So it is a pretty significant call volume. It's almost 2 calls per day. Some additional data from the CDC. They looked at information from April 2020 through the 21st. Overdose deaths nationwide, over 75,000. Our New Mexico data that is believed to be underreported from 2021, 12 months prior, over 1,000 deaths. And then November of 2022, 953. There's also some information regarding a specific study that comes out of 24 states and District of Columbia, where in that time frame of January through June of 2019, they had over 16,000 reports of overdose death. 80% of those involved at least one opioid. And then they also found, which is very interesting, almost 63% of those deaths, there was at least one opportunity to provide prevention. Here are those areas where they identified in the study of where there was potential to provide an intervention. Recent release from an institution, previous overdose, a prior mental health diagnosis, if they've ever been treated for substance use disorder previously, times when a bystander was present, and then also the fatal drug use was actually witnessed. So there are a lot of opportunities for intervention, and I think that is kind of where we're driving this resolution, is when we have those opportunities presented to staff, that we take advantage of that to try to direct people into substance abuse treatment. Some of the treatment modalities that we discussed with medications for opioid use disorder, as well as medication-assisted treatment that is not only specific to opioids, but also can touch on alcohol, 12-step facilitation therapy, outpatient counseling, and inpatient rehabilitation. Specifically with medications, there are several medications used in MOUD as well as MAT, methadone, buprenorphine, that's a hard one, buprenorphine, naltrexone, and naloxone, which is Narcan. Some of the effectiveness of medication-assisted treatment found in a journal entry from National Academies of Science. It is found to be an effective use of an agonist for medication and treatment for an indefinite period of time, basically using it as long as they need to, is the safest option for treating opioid use disorder. So there are some things with that treatment that are very important. It reduces the use of other opioids. It reduces chances of death up to 50%, and it also has been found in areas where it's used to reduce criminal activity. This resolution also has support in Elevate Las Cruces, our comprehensive plan. Community prosperity says supporting programs that improve the health and wellness of all residents, as well as community livability, providing opportunities for residents to improve their mental and physical health. So some of the possibilities that we have for providing that referral information and that education when it presents to us is partnerships with our providers. And as you can see here, we have lots of partnerships within our community that will help us. We need to serve as a collection of resources where we're not providing the care, but we're actually finding out where our citizens can go to receive this. And then outreach activities. We need to maximize our chances for overdose prevention, things with our LIGHT program with MIH, our police and fire departments, as well as things like transit. Recently there was transit administered Narcan to one of their riders or somebody they came across that was vital in keeping that person alive. We also can work on our employees by providing employee education and outreach, as well as providing some of these services for substance use disorder. And we also have in the fire department our community risk reduction activities, our line of business that has prevention, MIH, and the LIGHT program. So with that, our council options are there, and I can stand for any questions. And I think if there's anything specific, I'll rely on our partners to answer anything.
All right, thank you, Chief. Councilor Coran.
Thank you, Chief, very much. Thank you. I'm really glad that you presented. I was sad to see it on the consent agenda because I felt like you were going to have some good stuff. So thank you all for being here who have supported this and brought it to the Health PRC, where Chief Smith really saw an opportunity for us to have sort of guidance for our orientation toward this. I'm going to take a slightly more political, sort of critical role, not to ask you any questions, Chief. You don't have to get involved in politics, but I would say, well, it's policy, I suppose. This is a policy, but I would urge us to think about how our contracts with places like the detention center are written to emphasize our prioritization of this going forward. I feel critical of detention centers generally. They don't regularly or routinely provide medication-assisted treatment, and I would ask that as we negotiate or think about the conversations that happen on an ongoing basis as we pay the detention center, that this become a part of that. And I would expect it, given the investment that we do, that this would be something that would be included in the detention center's regular routine protocols. So I'm just going to put that out there as my policy orientation to add on to this or to support it in addition. So anyway, thank you, Chief, for the thing, and thank you, Athena, for coming to present, and all of the staff, including one of my former students, hey, Kaylee, here to support that. So thank you for being here.
Councilor Bencomo.
Thank you. Yes, you can totally clap for that. I agree. Thank you, Councillor, for your work with our colleagues on bringing this forward, and Chief, for your presentation. I really appreciate it, and of course for all the partners being here. So a couple things. I do know that the governor recently signed a Senate Bill 425, which is specifically for county detention facility treatment programs. And so even though I think we'd recently had the detention center come give us a presentation, I'd love for them to return and talk to us about how they plan to effectively implement such programs, because I think it is critical, and now it is law. So I think, you know, folks are seeing how critical this is. Can you go back to the list of all the partners? This is a great list. I think often, and I appreciate everyone who's here and those who couldn't make it, because I think often, I certainly talk about the huge lack of mental health and substance abuse resources that we have in the city. And so I say that often, and so I don't want to dismiss that there is actually a lot of you doing this kind of work here, and really appreciate you all. I would love to engage with these providers if you're all interested in a conversation about bolder ideas on overdose prevention. I know that there are models that exist in Canada and New York City around overdose prevention sites, and I know that people have a hard time sometimes wrapping their head around what those could look like, but I really would love to engage providers if you're interested in having that conversation. You know, maybe we can start small and potentially bring it to work session at one point, but I do think that it is the next best step for our community and how we do overdose prevention. So those were my only comments. Thanks so much, everyone.
Okay, so that's with the council. Is there any members of the public that wish to have any questions or comments they'd like to ask? Yes, sir. If you can just come forward, please. Just state your name. You have 4 minutes to speak.
Thank you. I won't take nearly that much time. Mr. Mayor and Council, my name is Dr. Ned Rubin. I'm here as the chair of the Unified Prevention Coalition of Doña Ana County. And clearly we support and appreciate the resolution today. I would just like to remind you that in addition to treatment, you have an opportunity to distribute specifically primary prevention material at the same time that the staff and the employees of the city are encountering the public. So there's not only information about where people can go to get help for the problem, but what they might do in their families to prevent problems from occurring down the road. The Unified Prevention Coalition would be happy to help develop and provide that material for the city should you decide to proceed with that in the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I think what I'd like to do probably here in the near future is invite the county manager and the Doña Ana County Detention manager to council on a work session to kind of explain how they derive the payment. I can just tell you how it used to be. It used to be the first day or two that a city resident is arrested and placed in the detention center is no charge. But after 48 hours, then they start charging us, I don't know, $75, $80 a day. But I think it would be good to let them come in here and kind of explain how it works, and then I think ask the questions that you have, some of the comments that you presented. I have heard some of the comments that you've mentioned. I have had that checked out. I can tell you that Fernando Macias and his team, they run a very professional unit over there, but nonetheless, I think it's important that we'll bring them here and ask them to kind of just let us know how things work over there. Okay, so if there's nothing further, it's been moved and seconded. Christine?
This is on the motion to approve Resolution 23-116. Councilor Abeyta is absent. Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Bencomo?
Yes.
Councilor Corran?
Yes.
Councilor Flores?
Yes.
Councilor Gondara is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Okay. Okay, now we're at item 8.1, and the public hearing is on. And this is there anyone here? It's what time is it? 2:23 p.m. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak either for or against approving a wholesaler liquor license to Premier Distributing Company, LLC, located at 380 Alliance Drive, Las Cruces, New Mexico? Okay, seeing none, it's 2:24 p.m. The public hearing is now closed, so I will entertain a motion to adopt Resolution 23-119.
So moved, Graham. Second by Flores.
Motion made by Councilor Graham, second by Councilor Flores. Are there any questions? Members of the public? Seeing none, Christine? Oh, yes, sir.
Rick Velarde.
Okay, I just need you to come forward, please.
Thank you for the approval on behalf of Premier Distributing.
Can you state your name, please?
Rick Velarde. Got two questions. Once it's approved, what is the timeline for it to get to Santa Fe?
We haven't approved it yet. It's just a public hearing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's
Thank
okay.
you. All right.
We were about ready to, but you messed it up. But I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. I'm just kidding. Okay. So, Christine?
4 years.
Okay.
This is on the motion to approve Resolution 23-119. Counselor Abeyta is absent. Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Gondeta is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Okay, now we've approved it. And usually it goes to the city manager's office, and he gives it to the city attorneys, and then they sign off on it, and then they send it through. So, I don't know, a week to 2 weeks, give or take?
Mayor, if he wants to give his questions to
Oh.
Valerie, he can.
You can go through Valerie? Okay. So you'll work with this young lady here? Okay, great. Okay, so it's 2:25 p.m. Another public hearing is on. Is there anyone here in the audience who wishes to speak either for or against approving a liquor license for craft distiller liquor license to Icebox Brewing LC, doing business as Icebox Distilling Company, located at 2825 West Picacho Avenue, Las Cruces, New Mexico, 88007. Okay, seeing none, the public hearing is closed. It's 2:26 p.m. So with that, entertain a motion to adopt Resolution 23-120.
So moved by Flores.
Second, Graham.
Okay, motion made by Councilor Flores, second by Councilor Graham. Any other questions before we go to the vote? Okay, seeing none, Christine?
This is on the motion to approve Resolution 23-120. Counselor Abeyta is absent. Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Gondeta is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Okay, so now we're going to move to, thank you, Valerie. You can try to talk a little bit more next time. No, just joking. 8.3, Resolution 23-121. Need a motion second.
Move to approve, Graham.
Second by Flores.
Motion made by Councilor Graham, second by Councilor Flores, and it looks like Kevin Wilson will be discussing.
Good afternoon, Mayor and members of City Council. The resolution, my name is Kevin Wilson. I'm with I've changed departments, sorry. I'm with the City Manager's Department as a Housing Development Coordinator, excuse that. Today I'm bringing forward to you a resolution to request the distribution and approval of the grant awards to the Public Service Health and Human Services agencies. This is a competitive application. We're in year 2 of this, and we plan to use the award amounts were determined through a competitive process. Last year, City Council adopted an investment strategy to fund these public service organizations with the use of interest earned from the Telshore Facility Fund. The plan is to use approximately $600,000 per fiscal year over 4 years to support the physical, mental, and developmental well-being of the people of Las Cruces. We have a list of the 19 organizations that were funded, and they are all nonprofits throughout the city of Las Cruces, coming to a total of $599,000 because math is hard to make on 19. We also would like to point out that the Health and Human Services Advisory Committee is to be comprised of 7 people at this point in time. We have 4 vacancies. So any vacancies we can fill would be greatly appreciated. I now open this to questions.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. Questions? Members of the public? Okay, seeing none.
Mayor?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have it's not necessarily on the programs. I have more of a question on the process and the advisory committee. Can I ask about that?
Yes.
This is a bit problematic, right? I think it would prove more problematic in issues of quorum and those kinds of things. I am wondering if there is room to revamp this committee and if that could be possible.
Mayor and Councilor Bencomo, I do believe that we've done that with other committees, and if we could look outside of the normal parameters of selecting members, it might be easier to fill the vacancies with concerned and devoted citizens.
Here's what I'll do in my council comments. I'll make a comment about how to go about changing this committee.
Great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so no other comments? Members of the public, seeing none. Christine?
This is on the motion to approve Resolution 23-121. Counselor Abeyta is absent. Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Gondeta is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Okay, item 8.4, Resolution 23-122.
Move to approve, Graham.
Second by Flores.
Okay, motion made by Councilor Graham, second by Councilor Flores. And it looks like Cynthia Villanueva will be presenting.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor and members of council. Cynthia Villanueva, Management Analyst with Housing and Neighborhood Services. The resolution before you today is adoption and approval of submission of the 2023 action plan as part of the 2021 to 2025 consolidated plan. The action plan is a required document outlining how the city will utilize its funding to address housing and community development needs as identified in the consolidated plan. It allocates community development block grant funds as well as home investment partnership program funds, which are entitlement funds awarded to the city from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Our anticipated allocations are based on the total award amount of approximately $1.75 million. The estimated program income is generated through the repayment of loans. The following projects are how we are allocating that funding. Some of it is statutory through regulation, and the others are through a competitive RFP process. Administration funds are mostly staff salaries as well as implementation of the programming. CDBG admin is capped at 20% of our allocation. Thomas Development is for multifamily development as we alternate between single and multifamily developments each year, and 2023 is a multifamily year. That project is for an 80-unit senior apartment complex known as Padrina. La Piñon is for flooring. Casa de Peregrinos is for the solar project in the parking lot of their new facility. And the home rehab program also includes the mobile home ramp program. These are the public service recommendations, which combine to a total of $170,000. These were voted on in the Health and Human Services Advisory Committee. The home recommendations, admin, again, is mostly staff salaries with home admin capped at 10%. Chodo operating will go toward Mesilla Valley Habitat staff salaries. And Mesilla Valley Habitat is for single-family homes. Thomas Development, again, is for the 80-unit senior complex. And then Mesilla Valley Community of Hope tenant-based rental assistance. And here are your standard council options, and I'll stand for questions.
Questions about members of the public? Okay, seeing none. Christine?
This is on the motion to approve Resolution 23-122. Counselor Abeyta is absent. Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Gondeta is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Okay, next item is action item. So let me explain a couple things. So I wasn't going to be here on May 15th, right? So I was going to go somewhere. And then my second oldest brother, who doesn't live here in town, he says, "Hey, Ken, I want to take you to lunch and watch one of your meetings because he doesn't get out often." I said, "Oh, are you serious?" Oh, I was thinking, okay, well, okay, then the only thing I can do is either move this meeting to the morning so that hopefully we end around noon or so, because I have to still catch a flight later on that day. And I said, well, let me see what council says, one way or the other, I'm going to go have lunch with him. So it's whether you make me come to work at 9 o'clock or I take the day off. So that's basically what this is for. Okay. Do we need a motion? Yeah. So we need a motion and vote to approve.
Move to approve Mayor Ken's family time.
Second.
Okay. Motion made by Council. No, you guys are going to be working? No, I'm just kidding. Motion made by Councilor Graham, second by Councilor Flores. Yeah, if you guys want to pay your own way. So to move the time for May 15th to 9 a.m. instead of 1 p.m. Okay. Christine.
This is on the motion to change the time of the May 15, 2023 regular meeting from 1 p.m. to 9 a.m. Councilor Abeyta is absent. Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Bencomo?
Yes-ish. Just kidding, Mayor. Yes.
Councilor Cran?
Yes.
Councilor Flores?
Yes, steak and lobster, please.
Councilor Gondara is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, so next is board appointments, and this is to the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee. Randy Rankin, new appointment. Carol Wood Kane, new appointment. Ruth Jari, new appointment. Individually or all at once? Separately? Okay, so on Randy Rankin, need a motion, a second, please.
Move to approve.
Is there a
Somebody
second?
needs to second.
I will second.
Okay, motion made by Councilor Graham, second by Councilor Bencomo, to appoint Randy Rankin to the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee. Christine?
This is on the motion to appoint Randy Rankin to the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee. Councilor Abeyta is absent. Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Bencomo?
Yes.
Councilor Coran?
Yes.
Councilor Flores?
Yes.
Councilor Gondara is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Okay, next is Carol Wood Kane to be appointed to the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee.
Move to approve.
Okay, Councilor Graham made the motion. Is there a second?
Second, Corin.
Second by Coran.
Mayor, can I ask a question?
Yes.
I am, only because this committee's pretty new, I don't recall seeing these folks,
You mean these people?
like resume or anything. Did I miss it?
Oh, they sent them to me?
No. I don't remember seeing them. Did you all see them? Yeah. Like their resumes and stuff?
I received it. I wonder, maybe just to the, I wonder if it was just, just the, I know I received.
Just to the mayor and Yvonne, apparently.
I don't know how Yvonne got it. She likes to break into my email and look at all my stuff, so
I don't want to delay anything, but may I request that we wait for 2 more weeks?
I don't have a problem with it. I'm probably not going to change my selection because, I mean, let me tell you, it was difficult. There's one, that actually she's a good friend of mine, but she's going to be the incoming chairperson of an organization that actually advocates for this, and I just thought that would be a conflict. That was the only reason, but boy, I'll tell you, this is a good group here.
I mean, I believe you.
Well,
I also.
I understand. And one of them, I think that's all, I think it's Ruth, I can't remember, who has that really great experience. It's up to council. I know that they want to get working on projects so that they can use that money that the voters approved, but it's up to.
I know, just 2 more weeks, and then if Christine can send us all the information.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
Do I need to
Christine?
make an amendment?
Good. So Randy Rankin got under the wire.
Yeah, Randy's in. Congrats, Randy.
Okay, I'll withdraw my motion.
Okay.
I'll withdraw the second.
Okay, all right, no problem. All right, so next we're going to go to notice of proposed ordinances. Almost have as many as proclamations. So there'll be no public discussion. Councilor may ask staff for clarification on the proposed ordinance. So the first one is 11.1, Council Bill 23-025, ordinance number 3031.
Bring it forward.
Bring it forward. Item 11.2, Council Bill number 23-026, ordinance number 3032.
Bring it forward.
Bring it forward. 11.3, Council Bill number 23-027, ordinance number 3033.
Bring it forward.
Bring forward. 11.4, Council Bill number 23-028, ordinance number 3034.
Bring it forward.
Bring forward. And last one, 11.5, Council Bill number 23-029, ordinance number 3035.
Bring it forward.
Okay, bring it forward. All right, now we go to City Council member board reports and comment. Just want to say that, give another shout out to Visit Las Cruces for putting on Mira Las Cruces. That was, for the first year, that was really nice. It was a great event, yeah. And I'm sure it's just going to continue to grow. And anyway, so good job, Visit Las Cruces. And that's really all I have. Councilor Flores.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to report on, well, on the PRC, the health PRC, and that was held on April 11, and Athena Huckabee was the main presenter there, and it was just a very, very good presentation. It was very thorough, and then it was complemented by Chief Smith's presentation today insofar as drug abuse resolutions, or solutions, excuse me. The other announcement is the Animal Service Center of Mesilla Valley had its budget review, and we won't be approving it until the next meeting. On April 13, it was a Thursday, Visit Las Cruces celebrated the unveiling of the mural on one of its walls, and the artist is Anahi Nunez. I encourage all of you to go and see it. It's just down the street, and there were 65 calls came in on that, and she was selected. And the beauty of it is that it depicts who we are as a community. And of course, it shows our beautiful Organ Mountains. So at the Health PRC of April 5, there was a resolution that was prepared on the Los Amigos project. There was we thoroughly discussed the occupational health and safety, health and wellness survey for employees here in the city. And I think that the meeting was pretty much taken up by that topic. And the concern is to assure that our employees here at City Hall feel safe. Other steps have been taken, but this one's going to take it a little bit further. The other is the Las Cruces Community Schools. We met on April 20. We usually meet at 1:30 at one of the community schools, but we met on April 20. We did meet on April 20 from 5 to 7 p.m. at Lynn Middle School, which some of you may recall was the first school to become a community school. The goal of the community schools nationally is for all schools in the United States to become community schools, because children thrive when the entire community is involved. It was a wonderful workshop, more than anything else, and we were each asked, every participant was asked to, in order to walk out of the meeting, you had to present proof that, that somehow something affected you, or, I don't know, meant something to you. What I took away was positive energy and forward thinking, and a lot of, there was just a lot of love in the entire room. And some of the children from the school actually participated, and they actually had their dinner there along with us. The advisory board met on April 20, and there's Advanced Air is the airline that is providing commuter service between our airport here in Las Cruces and Albuquerque. There are 2 flights a day. The flight each way, I believe, is $85. And what else? There's something else. Oh, the schedules aren't fixed because they also serve Tucson and Silver City. But we only have interstate travel between Las Cruces and Albuquerque now. But we're working on getting interstate, which means that maybe we can get a flight over to El Paso so we can fly out to other places. The South Central Rapid Transit District met on April 26, and we approved the third quarter financials. I'd like to say really kudos to David Armijo, who came to us from California, and he and Mayor Pro Tem Sharon Thomas worked very hard to make sure that we had this South Central Regional Transit District to connect southern New Mexico and provide services for areas that don't have a very good public transportation service. Our sister city delegation from Nienburg was here last week. I was able to meet them one day and join them on a walking tour of downtown. The tour guide was Chris Favor from the Economic Development Department, and he gave a lot of history as to the just a full description of everything, and the fact that the Rio Grande Theater is a nationally recognized National Historic Building, and it's the only theater in the world, in the U.S. that is adobe and 2-story. So that's just a fraction of the stuff that we do here. We don't just show up for meetings, we go everywhere, and so I decided that I was going to start sharing and boring this with you, but just to let you know that we're always working and making sure that Las Cruces is a better city. Oh, the other thing is that I too was at the celebration on Saturday, and Mayor Pro Tem and I were there. I got there at about 1:30, and I'm the liaison to the City Art Board, and they had a art chalk contest, and there were 10 entries, and the public was able to vote. And we had almost 700 people voting on the art. And for those of you who weren't there, you really missed a beautiful event. It just went on from 2 o'clock when it started. I left about 7:30, but it went on till 10 o'clock. And Mariachi Jalisciense played, and as some of you may know, the mariachi originated in the state of Jalisco because there were a lot of French people there. And the word mariachi comes from the word mariage in French, meaning wedding. So, but they played beautifully, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful evening to be listening to that music. So the artwork was judged by the public, and then the City Art Board took criteria that they wanted to look at to see who they would choose as the best of show. And the best of show was by this artist, Rose. Her name was put down as Rose DeLuc, but she later corrected us and said, well, I'm half Mexican and half French. My name is Rosa. So it's okay, Rosa. But her artwork was so beautiful because it showed Las Cruces. And it was just, and she said it was actually her life. So, and that, I think that's why it was so beautiful. And the thing that's important about MITA that I want to share with you is that in our Economic Development Policy Review Committee, the head of the New Mexico TRU, the big touring tourist, it's out of the governor's office. They actually met with us through Zoom, and I wanted to know how much we contribute, how much of our tourist dollars contribute to the economy. And the head of that New Mexico TRU was supposed to get back to us, and she never got back to me personally. Hopefully she did get back to Elizabeth Teeters or Chris Faber. But anyway, they sponsored the whole thing. And they had media there covering it, and they actually spoke with the mayor, I believe, but they definitely spoke with me about how they had media specialists to see how they could promote the city of Las Cruces. So I asked them to please do that, because it would remind the people in northern New Mexico that the city of Las Cruces is a part of New Mexico, a very vital part. I use another word, but because I feel like I should be a lady today, I won't say that we're not the bastard child. Oh, I just said it. So I did use that word with them, and they were taking zillions of pictures and film, and the people who were here were really impressed. I don't think they'd ever been to Las Cruces. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I think we should all be proud that we live in such a beautiful place, such a beautiful part of the world. And I've talked too much, but I wanted to share all that with you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor. You want to stand up for?
Oh, thank you.
Councilor Coran.
Thank you. I just want to give a few quick updates. The Transit Advisory Board met about 2 weeks ago. We saw some updated statistics as to the increasing ridership of both Roadrunner Transit and our sort of paratransit that we offer for the city that's currently experiencing a fare-free sort of holiday through June. So I do want to point out to my colleagues that that experiment has resulted, well, correlation is not causation, but there is increased ridership of our transit, and it's on the way up. So I'm very excited about that. Part of the fare-free initiative is to also survey riders to see what benefits this has brought to them. And so folks who ride public transit, please take a moment to complete the survey that will be available for you, and share how Las Cruces Public Transit, Roadrunner Transit is helping you at this moment. We also saw a preview of what the city buses will look like, the new electric buses that should be arriving, or I think around July. I think they're about ready, but we don't have a place to charge them just yet. So in a few months, those should be arriving and hitting the streets. The first half a dozen, I think, will be here. And they're going to have a very cool wrap on them, so I'm super excited about the colorful Roadrunner and our new logo. Going into that. The other item sort of related to transportation, tomorrow Councilor Flores mentioned the airport master planning process is actually in a public comment period, and the Transportation Sustainability and Infrastructure Committee will be hearing the latest airport master plan information, and we did confirm that anyone can come, including councilors, because it's been properly messaged, so you guys can rest assured that we can all come. So just so you know, anyone who would like to come. tomorrow at 8:30 upstairs in the second floor. And then I think that's all that I have, except for all of the NMSU students, DACC students. Graduation is next weekend, so traffic will be intense, but I'm really excited for all the students that will be graduating. And if you see them around town, I think they'll be in front of a lot of our murals taking pictures, so it will be really sweet to see them. And Las Cruces will miss you if you're leaving, but hopefully you'll stick around. So congratulations to all the students who are graduating next weekend.
Yay, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Oh, sorry, Mayor.
No, that's okay. Councilor Bacon.
Thanks. I just have a couple comments to make. One of them being, EFO, if you could work with staff on perhaps bringing some proposals to us for the HHS committee. I would suggest maybe 5 at-large members, and then, of course, revisiting the conversation of stipends for all of our committee members. I think that fits well. But I don't want to presume that I know better than staff. I think housing staff would can provide some proposals for how to revamp this committee. And then the last thing I'll say is that over the weekend I read this Instagram post on El Paso Matters, and it says the El Paso and Las Cruces area has the 14th worst ozone pollution in the country, per the New American Lung Association report. Obviously, idling commercial trucks at the international bridges are a major source of emissions. I don't necessarily have solutions. I just wanted to lift up that this was a pretty startling report that I think really impacts the quality of life for members of the borderlands. Those are all my comments, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Graham.
Thank you. I'm going to start with my biggest shout out of 2023, and I'm looking at you, Christine Rivera. So the flowers are there, and I also want to make it known to everyone that it is Municipal Clerks Week, and I have a couple of words here that I got from the very helpful Municipal Clerk Week's website. I research everything, but I found some stuff that I thought was really cool. And I'm going to read a quick quote from one of the first textbooks written on the topic of municipal administration, and that is, "No other office in municipal service has so many contacts. It serves the mayor, the city council, the city manager, and all administrative departments without exception. All of them call upon it almost daily for some service or information." I'm going to add to that our community, residents, because the clerk is so often a link between the city, the council, and the people that we're here to serve. You are the neutral, impartial genius of this city setup. I can attest personally to those traits in you. You serve everyone with kindness, with professionalism, with absolute brilliance. And patience is a good one, and I have never collaborated with you on working with a resident that I haven't heard anything but glowing reports. They like you way better than they like me. So, and just finally, I know we all appreciate you, but I want to again express my personal gratitude to you. I'm now rolling into my second year, but especially that first year as a baby counselor, I relied on you so much, still do. So I just want to give you some very well-deserved recognition. Christine Rivera. Yeah, we're all doing it. And you were, I know I said I wouldn't make you talk, but you did recently get an honor that you are going to characterize better than I was able to. Will you share that?
Thank you all. I really appreciate it. When I was at the Municipal League 2 weeks ago, I found out that I was nominated for Clerk of the Year by our City Council. Oh. So thank you very much. And then I was also appointed as the District 7 Director for the State of New Mexico Clerks Association. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I know she just wanted to do the pageant wave, but sorry. So again, thank you so much for all you do for me, for us, for the whole city. The only other thing I have on Wednesday the 3rd, and then Wednesday the 10th, 17th, and 24th. Each of those nights, I'm going to be spending 5 to 7 p.m. at Munson Senior Center. And I'm just doing this, I'm going to experiment a little bit with an alternative to the typical community meeting, and just kind of have an open space, kind of like we used to have office hours when I was teaching in person. So I want to invite anyone from District 3, or anywhere really, I'll have cookies, come in, stop by, see me, just to come in if you have questions, you have concerns, you just want to chat. The first two are going to be really, really open-ended, and if I see any patterns in requests or concerns, then we can talk about having something a little more structured, same time, same place. The second to the 3rd and 4th Wednesday of the month, but Munson Senior Center, if you're not aware, is at 975 South Mesquite Street. I picked it because it's in my district, very close to public transportation and completely accessible for anyone who's trying to get into the building. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, but otherwise I'll be hanging out at Munson Wednesdays, 5 to 7. Come see me. Thanks.
All right, well, thank you very much for that. And again, congratulations, Christine, for all the work that you do. It is tough being a city clerk. I can attest it's a lot of information. Before I give it to Ifo, there is one thing I probably need to let you all know. So a few days ago, Kay Fox asked me about, I don't know if you heard, I think it's called Proposition K in El Paso. So you probably didn't even know this, but they had approached me, some group wanted me to take this to the city of Las Cruces, to you all. And so what I did is I just did a quick little rundown, and this is what I sent to some gentleman who asked me about it. Okay, so they want $8 billion. Okay, so to buy El Paso Electric. So what I did is I showed these group of individuals, I said, listen, if we were to borrow $8 billion using 3.5% interest for 20 years, the payment was $46 million a month, just the payment, okay? That's $500 million a year. So, and I took El Paso Electric's income, I said it doesn't even really cover even just the payment. So for 20 years, it would cost a total of, we would spend $3.5 billion just in interest, and it basically went away. So now I see I guess this was probably a year later, now they're in El Paso. So I just wanted you to know, why I said that, because it just makes no financial sense. Now, if you had the money, if we had $8 billion lying around and we wanted to earn a better investment, okay, that's another story. But we don't have that. Why would we want to borrow money to buy something that, as you can tell, it just is making no financial sense? So I just needed to disclose that to you. I forgot about that. Okay? Okay, Ifo?
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any, I'm trying to look and see if I have anything missing. I don't have any updates to share, just maybe a response, though, to Mr. Goodman's point about Mira Las Cruces. So I did get an email, just to let you know, VLC did collaborate with Farmers Market and their administrators about 9 months. And that's why they created a mini farmers market there. That was their choice. They chose to have that there up until the end of the evening and then have it on Sunday instead, just to let everybody know. They were notified. Businesses, they did promote it on social media and really took advantage. I think it was a real benefit to all the businesses there. So just wanted to make that point of clarification. But I really don't have any updates to report. Thank you, Councilor Graham, for recognizing our city clerk. I did not know it was City Clerk Week, and so, which means I probably have to take our clerk's office to lunch this week. So
That sounded about right. Yeah.
thank you. Yes, we were. I really was going to mention Mita, but everybody took my thunder away. But no, it was. I do want to recognize our Visit Las Cruces as you have. Thank you for recognizing them as well. Wonderful event, first year for our Visit Las Cruces team, and the hope is to continue with that. Connie, stats, do you have the stats on how many people estimated in attendance? There were tons of people there. I just don't know if we have some stats.
Yeah, the early estimates, thank you, Ifo Ikani Tamopea, Assistant City Manager. Early estimates right now are about 2,000 people throughout the day, but they'll continue to get estimates of traffic flow. And then also we had 15 social media public influencers that were there that had a great time. Again, our Visit Las Cruces gave them a tour throughout our space here, and they're going to be sharing their positive experiences very soon, and Rochelle will make sure to pass that along when that happens.
Yeah, and I got a chance to see Ifo's beautiful family, from really small to what I thought was his 15-year-old is what, 6'4"? I don't know. This guy looks like he's going to be a bigger football player than this guy. Wow, it's pretty amazing. So it was really neat to see that. So. Okay, so if there's nothing further, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved by Flores.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Councilor Flores, second by Councilor Bencomo, that we adjourn. Christine?
This is on the motion to adjourn the regular meeting. Councilor Abeyta is absent. Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Bencomo?
Yes.
Councilor Cran?
Yes.
Councilor Flores?
Yes.
Councilor Gondeta is absent, and Mayor.
Yes. Okay, we're adjourned. It's 3:06 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Probably don't know what you're going to do with it, with those extra hours.